What's so great about turning 65? Discounts, tax deductions, and Medicare. If you're turning 65 in the next 6 months and wondering if you should retire or re-sign up for your group insurance, plan to attend Dole Insurance Group's next Medicare Educational Workshop, September 27th, 6:30 p.m. at the front door in Great Bend. You'll learn about the basics of Medicare, and Nancy Baird will be on site to answer your questions. Mark your calendars, September 27th, 6:30 p.m. at the front door in Great Bend.
At Miller's of Claflin, we know you work hard for your money. That's why we're stretching your dollar further during the Labor Day sale. From Kansas City to Denver, find the largest selection in home furnishings. Enjoy no interest finance plans and let RD do the heavy lifting with pre-scheduled delivery and setup anywhere in Kansas. Miller's of Claflin. Selection, savings, and service. Make your money work harder this Labor Day. Find out more at millersofclaflin.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the 2023 Fall Homecoming Court. Your freshman attendants include Alex Mayers and Jackson Wandra. Also your freshmen, Kaya Bear and Slade Apley. Attendants for the sophomore class include Cameron Kelch and Nash Lindberg. Also from the sophomore class, Ava Kaiser and Jacob Hall. Representing our junior class is Clarice Snap and Trey Millsap. Also representing the junior class, Juliana De Luna and Caden Goodenough. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for your 2023 Fall Homecoming senior candidates, first off is Chris Angel Adame and Maddie Stoscott. Maddie is the daughter of Sean and Heidi Stoscott. Maddie is a member of KAT's Pep Club, National Honor Society, and president of Drama Club. She is a co-captain of the Danceline and will be a lead character in the school play this fall. Chris Angel is the son of Aonosi and Amendola and Chrysandos Adami. He is the section leader in the band, senior representative for Drama Club, and a member of the debate and forensic team. He is planning to wrestle this winter. Ladies and gentlemen, Maddie Stoscott and Chris Angel Adame. Your next king and queen candidates are Caden Spoor and Riley Prilling. Riley is the daughter of Jeff and Shauna Prilling. She is a member of KAT's RAC, Pep Club, All-School Spirit Squad, and the National Honor Society. Riley plays softball and cheers for the Panthers. Caden is the son of Alicia and Dustin Spoor. Caden plays golf for the Panthers. Ladies and gentlemen, Riley Prilling and Caden Spoor. Next is Ramiro Ponce and Evelyn Luna. Evelyn is the daughter of Eva Luna and Amelia Luna. He is a member of KAT's RAC Club and National Honor Society. She plays soccer for the Panthers. Ramiro is a member of the Panther band and is the drum majors. Ladies and gentlemen, Evelyn Luna and Ramiro Ponce. Your final king and queen candidates are Braxton Love and Allie Rao. Allie is the daughter of Mark and Lene Rao. She is a member of KAT's Acapella, Pep, and RAC clubs. She cheers for the Panthers and is on all-school Spirit Squad. Braxton is the son of Nikki Munch and Jack Love. He trains in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Ladies and gentlemen, Allie Rao and Braxton Love. This year's Crown Bearer and Flower Girl are Isabella Davis and Coy Wilson. Isabella is the daughter of Tanner and Jennifer Davis. She attends Jefferson School. When she grows up, she wants to be a teacher. Coy is the son of Kip and Courtney Wilson. He attends Little Panthers preschool. When he grows up, he wants to be a football player or a motorcycle rider. Escorting them is the reigning homecoming queen, Aubrey Smith. Our reigning king, Donnie Chacon, could not be here today. Aubrey is attending K-State University and studying chemistry with a focus on pre-pharmacy. Ladies and gentlemen, Isabella Davis and Coy Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 Fall Homecoming Court King is Ramiro Ponce. Your 2023 Fall Homecoming Queen is Evelyn Luna. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand for all of the Pregame High School students participating in Fall Homecoming? Welcome, Panther fans. The Panther Pride Band is entering the field for Panther Pregame. Led onto the field by Drum Major Ramiro Ponce and Assistant Drum Major Emily Nelson. We would like to show our appreciation to all Panther students, athletes, and fans. Best of luck to everyone involved in tonight's activities. Help us kick off a great evening for some Panther football. Stand up and put your hands together and sing along as we play the Pregame High School alma mater and the Panther fight song.
Test 1, 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the southwest corner of the field, where the Panthers will enter onto the field through a new breakaway banner bought by Pep Club and the Clint Flaylor Memorial Tunnel. At this time, please stand if you are able. Remove your hats and place your hand over your heart and join the Panther Pride Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Grant Matthews and Mr. Don Regier as we honor America and all of our veterans and military personnel serving around the world with the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, your captains for this evening. For the Panthers, number 14, Ian Creamer. Number 16, Cody Miller. Number 51, Trenton Kern. And number 54, Matthew Johnson. For the Golden Buffaloes, number 55, Elliot Merton. And number 66, Jordan Luborn. Head coaches for this evening's game. For the Golden Buffaloes, Marcus Backley. And for the Panthers, Aaron Beck. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening there will be no 25-second clock or 40-second clock due to technical difficulties.
And has won a toss, deferred their choice to the second half. Wichita Southeast will receive. Good luck, gentlemen.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of each quarter of the home regular season games, you'll have the opportunity to win $50. Yard lines are available for sale in the activities office during regular school hours, or by emailing Pet Club sponsor Barbara Austin at her school email. Kicking off for the Panthers, number 35, Omar Raza. Back deep for Southeast, Montre Roberts and Dimitri Evans. On the return for the Golden Buffaloes, Montre Roberts. Initial hit on the play for the Panthers, Matthew Johnson. And number 1, Jay Sharks. First down, Wichita Southeast.
Injury.
Fumble on the play, recovered by number 9, Ryan Slaughter. Second down. Carry on the play for Wichita Southeast, Ron Slaughter. Panther tacklers include Cooper Wiles and Trenton Kern.
Panthers D-line rotation going to be important for them tonight as
Third
keep
down
it
and
healthy.
15.
It's not as hot as it has been, but still important trying to keep guys fresh as Southeast motions their slot left receiver to the right. away. Fiscus rolling out to his right, dumps it into the flat.
Was made by number 1, Jay Sharp. 4th down.
Not Cale Kern, that was number 1, Jay Shards. Thought it was number 7. It was number 1, Jay Shards, the cornerback, able to set the edge there and bring up a 4th and 11 for Southeast on the first drive of the night. The Panther defense
10,
able to
Maddox
stand
Craig.
stiff
Number
and
14,
force Wichita Southeast into a punting formation.
They're going to be punting and win, so we should get some good field
We've got
position.
2 returners back there. Let's see, it's a high punt, like you said. Panther maybe got a piece of it as it bounces at the Wichita Southeast 40 and rolls. Gets a friendly Wichita bounce as it rolls to the Panther 45. We'll go ahead and take our first break. Stay right here with us on B1043 The Point, your home for Panther Sports. Welcome back into B1043 The Point, your home for Panther Sports, as Cody Miller has the first carry of the night for the Panthers, and he's able to get 8 yards. Like to see that from Miller. Hasn't had the most success on the ground tonight. Let's see if the Panthers can't keep it rolling as they come out in the pistol. Colton Brock to the right of Daxton Mint with Miller behind him. 2 wide receivers to the right. That's Maddox Spray and Jacob Hall. Ian Premer, the lone one to the left. Wichita looking like they might be zoning up to this defense. A lot of guys on the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a handoff to Miller. Miller's not really going to space it around the first down and goal for the Panthers. Then he advances it.
Panther ball carrier, number 16, Cody Miller.
Early here for the Panthers as he's able to rattle off that 14-yarder following the 8. Probably a nice night of the Panther offensive line to keep that rolling.
Yeah, that was a nice roll. They're rushing upfield real hard, and our guys
The Miller run is good for a Panther first down.
Exactly what you want to see after last week. A bit of a rough go of it in the trenches for the Panthers. Now the pistol look with Colton Brock motioning from left to right. It's a handoff going right to Miller. Miller finds on the edge. He's got space. He's at the 15.
Turf Monster got him because he was going to
The Miller run is good for another Panther first down.
As it brings up a first and goal after just 3 plays for Gray Bend. The offense here for Aaron Beck humming early. Let's see what Gray Bend has inside the red zone as they have the ball at their own 6-yard line, moving from right to left as they sit in the press box. On the right hash, Gray Bend comes out 2 wide receivers far to the left. On the left numbers, that's Maddox Spray and Ian Premer. The snap's back. It's a handoff going up the middle to Miller. It's worked the whole drive. Why stop now as he's going to be close.
Panther ball carrier, number 16, Cody
That
Miller.
time for Miller on a 5-yard gain.
And evidently they made we got an injury on field for Southeast.
Does look like we have an injured player. Looks like we might be bringing in a bit of a bigger package as Cale Kern has checked in for Jacob Hall. In week 1, we saw Cale Kern slip into the backfield there, play as a fullback. He actually caught a 2-point conversion attempt against McPherson. Excited to see what Gray Bend wants to do with the offense here, as we do still have that injured player for Southeast down. Can't quite see a number on it. Looks like a bigger body, but it might be a D-lineman.
Well, I'm liking the push that I'm seeing from the offensive line a whole lot better than last week. They obviously made a point of emphasis of it this week at practice because they got an attitude on the offensive line right now. If they can maintain that for another 40 minutes, we're going to come away with a win.
It's impressive because they actually have a new look up front. Sophomore center Carter Brown injured his ankle this week. Luckily, the Panthers had Aiden Davidson back from a knee injury, so he's slotting in at right guard as Tatum Harper moves to center. Gray Bend comes out with the jumbo set, 2 fullbacks, and Miller in the backfield. Oh, Mitten gets the
Panther ball carrier, number 16, Cody Miller. The result of that Miller run is the Panther touchdown. A for the extra point. Diego Soto. Holding will be Hayden Keller. The extra point is good. Tonight, for every touchdown the Panthers score, the Marty Auto Group will donate $50 to the Panther Athletic Fund. Thanks to Armies for their continued and generous support of Panther Athletics. For the Golden Buffaloes, number 24, Dimitri Evans, number 30, Kendrick Harrison. Kicking off at the bench is number 38, Diego Soto. Correction, number 35, Araujo.
Own 25-yard line, maybe
first down,
just
Golden
a foot
Buffalo.
past or so, as Great Bend has a 7-0 lead with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter here of the Panthers' homecoming game against Wichita Southeast. Southeast now comes out with a pro look, 2 wide receivers to either side, moving from left to right. As the snap currently on the way, Panthers looking like they may send pressure. It's a fake. Fish has an open receiver down the field. The pass is short, but is able to get there as Ian Premer able to catch up to Natavius Matthews on a 20-yard gain for the Buffaloes that sets up a first down from Southeast's own 40, or from just about the 50-yard line, and as the Buffaloes now pushing on the Panthers side of the field. See if the Great Bend defense can't stand strong again. This time Southeast comes out, 2 receivers to the left. It's a handoff going up the middle. This one to Rennell Slaughter, as he doesn't find much space on that left side. Panther defense rallying there. It does indeed lose one, so that'll push him back from the 50 to about the 49.
Caden Hoffman did a good job coming down and turning that thing back into the middle where he had help. So.
And we saw a similar play from Jay Schartz on the previous drive, the other cornerback, where he was able to come down, drop in there, and make a play on the edge. See if Great Bend can't continue to set the edge there against a talented running back in Rennell Slaughter for Wichita Southeast, as the Buffaloes come out in a twin look, 2 to either side, as their slot left receiver motions across, but we get pre-snap penalty.
The wide out took a step early.
Has got a false start, gonna knock Wichita Southeast back, as moving back from their own 49, gonna push them back to their own 44. They'll be looking at about 2nd and 16 after the false start from the Buffaloes.
It's always good for a defense to have the other team behind the chains. Makes calling defenses a little easier, and you can play a little freer mind as a defensive person, knowing they're probably going to be passing.
As the Wichita Southeast offense does come out, still 2 wide receivers to either side, a tailback lined up behind Fiskus, motioning a receiver across. Now the snap is back, looking to get it out quickly to that receiver motion across Montre Roberts, as Roberts working on the screen. Will get a couple yards, still not back to the original line of scrimmage for Southeast, as it'll bring up a 3rd and 12 from the Buffalo 48-yard line. See if Great Bend can't stand firm on 3rd down like they did on their opening drive.
Ian Premer did a great job of reading the short screen. They threw it to the man in motion, trying to get it out quick. He read it from the safety spot, was there wait for.
And that's something that Coach Bagley said. Wichita Southeast, no shortage of athletes as they'll try to get them in space. Now the pistol formation as Renell Slaughter motions into the backfield to screen. This time going up the middle to the fullback. He's going to get about 7 yards. However, not going to be enough for the first as it'll be 3rd and 4.
Well, they had that thing set up too.
The Panthers respected the motion from Renell Slaughter. A lot of the defenders got caught out going to that side, and Southeast came back trying to hit a screen right up the middle. And Southeast, not a lot of hesitation as they're going to go for it on 4th and 4 with 5.5 minutes to go in our opening frame. They come out with a pistol look, 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Trying to freeze the Panther defense. Panthers able to hold their water as we'll look over and get a timeout from Coach Marcus Bagley. Stick around right here on B104 through the point as we'll have more great Panther football after this. Into Panther football as with 5 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. Great Bend has a 7-0 lead. It is Wichita Southeast ball on the Panther 44-yard line with a 4th and 4. Southeast came out, tried to get Great Bend to jump off sides. Coach Beck's squad, or should say defensive coordinator Coach Lutz's squad, able to hold their water out there, not flinch, so it brings up a 4th and 4. Southeast still going to go for it, come out with trips to the left, 1 wide receiver to the right. Slaughter lined up behind Fiskus in the backfield. Panthers looking like they're going to try to bring some pressure off that right side. Pressure does not come as it's a quick throw, incomplete, as Fiskus was looking for Natavius Matthews, the sophomore, the senior wide receiver rather, for Southeast. It's been pretty effective for them so far this year. However, incomplete pass brings up first down for the Panthers going the other way.
Yeah, when his first read was he thought our corner Sharks kid was going to come on the blitz, and he backed out of it, got right in the window, so he had to throw it high.
And I will say, the Fiskus trying to throw into this wind. It's a strong headwind, maybe causing some wobbly passes as the Panthers come out with the pistol to the left. It's going to be a run back to the right side. Colton Rock leading the way for Cody Miller as Miller's rumbling forward. He'll pick up about 4, maybe 5 on that carry, bring up a 2nd and 5. As Miller really having some nice success here in the first quarter after a bit of a shaky start to the season.
Yeah, this is looking like they're making a statement. Kind of goes back to the old Hangstram days, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. If you can guarantee 3 yards on every play, you're going to score.
And that's something that we saw Bueller do last week against the Panthers, use the run game to control the clock. We've seen Great Bend really doing a good job as with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Great Bend leads a 7-0, got the ball. It's going to be a quick throw out to Maddox Gray on the left side and drops. Would have had some space out in front of him. Maddox may have been trying to run before he had the ball caught there. So we'll bring up a 2nd and 6 for Great Bend from their own 48-yard line.
Yeah, that play almost was doomed from the start. Had a little bit of a high snap, kind of threw the timing off, and he kind of hurried the throw out there. It was a little high for Maddox, but it's a ball he can catch.
As the Panthers will come out with a 3rd and 6. Come out with trips to the right. Ian Premer, the lone receiver on the left side, as Daxton Min tries to freeze Southeast. The Buffaloes stand firm. Min addresses the play, gets it recalled up to the line, and now the snap is a back. Min looking to his right, now looking back left. Pressure is on him as he gets the screen to Miller, but Southeast there to bring it down for no gain. Almost looked like the Panthers trying to get it back with the play Southeast ran on the last one without a little bit of motion there. However, Buffalo's able to sniff that one out.
Yeah, it was a middle screen, and we just missed one block. Otherwise, it was going to be a big gainer. If we get the block, we're there.
And the Panther O-line, like I brought up earlier, having some new faces up front here in this thing as injury to Carter Brown moves Aiden Davidson to right guard. Tatum Harper kicks over from right guard into center. However, Panther offensive line has had some pushes. Now Great Bend punts. Trenton Kern with a good boot as is refielded at the tip. Southeast is able to get it. Don't know who the gunner for Great Bend was, but if he would have tried to dive on him, may have had a chance. He looked like he was trying to scoop and score there for the Panther defense.
And the thing is, he can't score. It's still a kick on a muff. He can't scoop and score that. It's got to be a fumble, and that was still a muff, so it's still a kick.
Golden Buffaloes.
All he can do is recover it. Something the person needs to know so that you get the ball. Having the ball at the 13 would have been really nice.
This is what Great Bend High is missing, not having you in the building. You could have told him that. You could have told him a buffed punt, you can't return it for a touchdown. Instead, Great Bend is set up pretty nice for their defense as Southeast has it on their own 13-yard line on a 1st and 10. Great Bend had a couple opportunities to get the ball in good position, haven't been able to capitalize on those as Southeast comes out in the pistol. 2 wide receivers to the left. It's a handoff going up the middle to Slaughter, but he is met in the backfield by the Panther D-line, led by Brody Shinobi, who's really coming alive these last 2 weeks.
Yeah, he was in the backfield, almost got the handoff. I mean, our defensive front 3 are doing a very good job of getting off the line, shedding blocks, and winning their one-on-one matchup.
I'd like to use this opportunity to remind you that Panther football tonight is brought to you in part by the University of Kansas Health System, Great Bend Campus, the Field House, and by Keller Real Estate and Insurance Company. As Southeast comes out, 3 wide receivers to the left, looking left, gets pressured from Aiden Davidson. Now Viscus scrambling to his left, gets a throw unable to be caught by Southeast receiver Jason Guerrero as he was trying to be the outlet for a scrambling Micah Viscus. Great Bend getting some pressure on the Southeast quarterback early.
Yeah, like I said, we're winning our one-on-one matchups right now at the line of scrimmage, which is going to be hard for Southeast to get anything going. That's why they're trying to work the outer edges.
As Southeast will come out with a 3rd and 12, moving from their own 11-yard line. They come out 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right, moving from left to right. And we get a false start from the right tackle. That's Ryan Slaughter, the younger brother of Ronell Slaughter, the running back. It's an interesting dynamic here for Southeast as they have the running back, the junior Ronell Slaughter as the running back, and the freshman Ryan Slaughter playing right tackle.
Yeah, that might be some interesting dinner table conversation if you get your brother killed by not blocking.
I would have been telling mine you'd have more touchdowns if you want to try to bounce the ball outside so much. As Southeast comes out with the pro look, 2 wide receivers to either side. Great Bend leads 7-0 with 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's a pass from Fisk, almost picked off. Looking like Cale Kern that time had a drop on it. He's been very good in pass coverage so far for Great Bend this year.
Yeah, just to have to step away from taking it to the house. He read that perfectly, got in the passing lane and had his opportunity.
As that brings up a very unfortunate 4th and 17 for Southeast from their own 11-yard line. Going to put them into a punt situation. I'd like to see Great Bend try to get after this one. Southeast going to be punting from their own end zone. Panthers might have a chance to block one. Oh, and Kern gets a great run on it.
Yeah, he did.
Almost sent the personal protector into the lap of the punter. Instead, Maddox Gray feels at the Southeast 30, and he's got it to the Southeast 18-yard line. Great Bend will start this drive inside the Buffalo red zone as Great Bend leads 7-0 with 2 minutes 53 seconds to play in the first quarter. Would like to use this opportunity to remind you tonight that Panther football is brought to you in part by the Army Advanced Therapy and Sports Medicine, Sutherland's, and Rosenberg Family Dentistry, as the Great Bend offense will trot out onto the field, looking to put up some quick points that they are in great field position, I should say, at the Wichita Southeast 18-yard line with a 1st and 10. Motion Maddox Gray to the outside. It's going to be a handoff going left to Miller. Miller makes a man miss in the backfield before cutting it up. Gets another man miss at the 10-yard line. Takes it inside the Panther to the Southeast 2.
Cody Miller.
Cody Miller showing some real nice moves here early in the first quarter.
Yeah, he had 2 people in the hole that he was supposed to go in and just bounced away from him to the outside.
And goal Panther.
As Miller now 6 carries for 48 yards for the Panther junior. Looking to have a big night. Let's see what the Panthers do on 1st and goal, as it's going to be a handoff up to Miller going to that left side. They've been able to fix it. The Panthers get another touchdown up the middle.
Cody Miller. The result of the Miller run is another Panther touchdown.
He
the corner is good.
14-0 lead with 2.5 minutes
And
to
for
go
that
in our first
touchdown,
quarter. We'll have more Great Bend
Mariano will donate $3 to the Panther Athletic Fund. Thanks to Marnie for their generous donations to Panther Athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, for leftover chili and cinnamon rolls, please support the Great Bend Family Orchestra by purchasing a bag of chili or 1 dozen cinnamon rolls for $20.
Welcome back to B104 through the point. Your home for Panther football as Great Bend has a 14-0 lead with 2.5 minutes here to go in the opening quarter. Great Bend sends a kick away after a score. Really drive two handoffs to Cody Miller after a Maddox straight punt return set the Panthers up inside the red zone of the Wichita Southeast Buffaloes. Great Bend early a 14-0 lead, looking to kick off here. The kick coming and up. Going back and be fielded on the left hash of Southeast at about their own 12-yard line. Gets it up to the 20, now to the 25. Gets an edge, going to move his way towards the 30 before being driven out hard by the Panther cover team. Caleb Kern leading the way on that one as Great Bend will head out now on defense and looking to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah,
First down,
we're a little bit quicker, it looks like, than their offensive line right now. Our kids are moving really quick. It's been very impressive first quarter by the defense. Just got to maintain that intensity, which is hard to do, especially with young kids. You know, you think it's going to be easy, and the next thing you know, you got a game.
As Wichita Southeast comes out, two wide receivers to either side, motioning Natavius Montre to the right side. It's a quick throw to Montre. Montre trying to get to the edge. Gets past one Panther defender before being shoved out of bounds by Ian Freemer.
Kids got a little wiggle.
Number 14.
I thought we were going to have him right about the line of scrimmage, and he just made a nice quick move and restored the angle that he had and made yardage out of nothing.
Is able to get 5 yards for Southeast as Great Bend does lead 14-0 with 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Southeast has a 2nd and 5 from their own 34-yard line. Two receivers to either side. Slaughter lined up behind Biscuits. It's going to go left to Slaughter. Slaughter with a little bit of space. Panthers do rally, however. Southeast is going to have a first down before Great Bend can finally get there. So with clock working under 2 minutes after the change, it gets set and adjusted.
You can see there the kids got some quick, so if you can get him to the outside, you're better off. We lost some contain there. He was able to bounce it out and get 6.
And Slaughter has been very good for the Southeast Buffaloes this season, been a real workhorse for them. Panthers going to have to contain him. Let's see if they can do that on this play as Fiskus drops it back. He's looking over the middle of the field, almost picked off by Trent Kern. He had a little more hop there. Can't ask for too much from the big Panther linebacker as Ian Freemer also almost made the diving effort for the interception.
I think if he doesn't get his hand on it, I think he had an interception. Kind of threw the timing off of Ian, but
Ian had
you
accounted.
don't know he's back there. You got to get the hand on it.
Exactly. Ian had accounted for the Trent Kern pick, but Trent Kern had accounted for the lurking Ian Freemer as it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the Southeast 39. Southeast Buffaloes have it going from left to right. It's going to be a handoff going to the right side. It's Slaughter brought down in the backfield, this time by Aiden Davidson. Came back last week for the Panthers and having a pretty solid effort in the first 2 weeks of the season for the man coming off of the injury.
Yeah, we didn't lose contain that time. Aiden did a great job of penetrating and getting deeper than the back. The back really had nowhere to go.
Now as the Buffaloes come out looking at a 3rd and 16 from their own 34-yard line. Panthers not showing a whole lot of pressure, maybe some coming off this right side. Only going to rush 3 as it's a screen. Slaughter unable to get the ball as it is dropped in the backfield. Panthers and a little more attention to these screens. Slaughter not going to near the room he's had previously.
I couldn't hold him more smart. I just think I'm straight the whole time. That's what it looks like. He does back all the argue players and turn down.
Something to watch. We'll have to
Coming block on number 51, Panther.
Now this time, instead of coming straight up,
Covered up by number 57, Tatum Harper.
because he was untouched.
As now Great Bend going to have the ball on the Buffalo's 31-yard line. Great Bend not really had the ball on their side of the field yet this game, as with just 50 seconds, Great Bend leads 14-0 with a 1st and 10 from the Buffalo 31-yard line, moving from right to left. Coach Beck going to take a timeout. We'll go ahead and take one with him as the Great Bend leads 14-0 in the first quarter. Stick around here on B104.3 The Point, your home of Panther football. Opportunity to remind you the Panther football is brought to you in part by S&J Trucking, the 10th Street Eye Care Center, Next Tech, Delgado's Mexican Restaurant, and by Stone Sand Company and Stone Waste Management, Don Pipe Testing, Venture Corporation, Bugelsdijk, and Bugelsdijk Chiropractic of Great Bend and St. John. As Great Bend comes out with a 1st and 10 pistol formation out there is Colton Bronk in a motion out to the right side, giving us a twin look. High snap, Min able to reel it in, gets the throw quickly to Jacob Hall. Jacob Hall makes a man, pushes up the flat.
Pass complete to number 5, Jacob Hall. The mission to Hall is good enough for a touchdown. Diego Soto holding
As it will, the Panthers will hold a 20-0 lead here pending the PAT, and the snap is back, kick is up and on the way, and it is good, so Great Bend takes a 21-0 lead here early in homecoming.
the extra point is good, and again, we would like to thank Army Auto Group for generous donors to the $50 to the Panther Athletic Fund. Thanks to Army. Back deep for the Golden Buffalo, number 24 for D.P. Evans, and number 30.
We're back with more Great Bend Panther football here on B104.3 The Point, your home of Panther football. Great Bend has a 21-0 lead here with just 42 seconds to go in our opening quarter. Great Bend kicking off to the Buffaloes after a blocked punt led to a quick Panther drive where they scored on a long pass from Danceline to Jacob Hall. Now as the kick is bobbled into the end zone, we'll roll into it for a touchback for Southeast. As the Buffaloes will come out to take the field. I'd like to tell everyone that Panther Sports is brought to you in part by Equity Bank. More than 40 locations throughout Kansas, including Great Bend, Larned, Maxville, and St. John. That's equitybank.com.
2013.
So,
Welcome back,
we're
Panther.
going to lose some wind here in a little bit, so it'd be nice to get a stop before the 41 seconds is over, but probably not going to happen because they're going to run it on this first play.
As the Southeast Buffaloes come out, two receivers to the left, two to the right, motioning from right to left. The slide's a jet sweep as they give it to the slot receiver. He's got a little bit of space. Ian Premer there quickly closes. Looks like Premer was the last line of defense as the safety. He's able to bring him down before he gets the first down mark.
Nice little design play. They brought the kid back on in motion, a little pop pass to him. So that way if it's fumbled, it's an incomplete pass because it was toss forward. But he's got some speed too.
We've seen a couple of these Southeast athletes have some shiftiness, as that was King Jones getting the play as Southeast comes out, trips to the right. It's a handoff. That's going to be a quarterback keeper on the play action pass. Goes back to Jones as Jones is able to get the catch on Ian Creamer. Creamer quickly brings him down just before he can get to the 50-yard line. So looking like Great Bend going to take a 21-0 lead into the second quarter here over Southeast as the first quarter expires. We'll go ahead and take a break. Stay here with us on B1043 The Point, your home for Panther Sports.
This is Julie from the Fieldhouse, and we are a proud supporter of the Great Bend Panthers. Here at the Fieldhouse, we believe that starting youth in athletics build character and leadership skills. So check us out at fieldhousegb.com.
And welcome back into B1043 The Point, your home of Panther Sports this fall. As we're heading into the second quarter, Great Bend holds a 21-0 lead over the Wichita Southeast Buffaloes here on homecoming night. Wichita Southeast does have the ball at their own 49-yard line. Does have the ball at their own 49-yard line here as Southeast comes out, two receivers to either side, motioning King to the right side. Going to be a handoff to Slaughter up the middle, bounces off the Panther D-line. He's got a little bit of space, makes the Panther miss. He's up the sideline to the 30, and he chases the ball on the sideline as Blaine Ansley was chasing it down. Gets the ball out.
It was a really good run. Kid made a couple people miss. He just couldn't tell who got the hand out there. He had the ball towards the middle of the field, and his right arm needed to have it in his left arm where it gets punched out. It's going to go out of bounds.
As Great Bend was able to recover, could not quite tell if they were saying he was out of bounds before he fumbled it, but they are going to say the Panthers recovered by Cooper Lyles. I believe it was. So Great Bend now has the ball taken over from their own 24-yard line. First time Great Bend's really been on their side of the field. They come out, trip bunch to the right, motioning Maddox Spray across. Going to be a fake jet sweep as Daxton Minton keeps it up the middle, takes a bit of contact there after about 5 yards. Bring up a second down. Call it a 6-yard gain there as they'll bring up second and 4 from the Great Bend 31-yard line.
I think you're going to see a heavy dose of running right now because we are going into the end. Right now with a 21-point lead, there's no reason to give them any hope by throwing an interception or something like that. So I don't see us putting in the air unless we absolutely have.
And it's been working as the Panthers come out with pistol motioning Colt Brock from right to left. And Colt is going to lead the way for Cody Miller as Miller looking for a bit of space. Not able to find much on that play, but kind of been a unique time there for Miller as he's had a lot of space behind a revamped Panther offensive line following the injury to Carter Brown.
Yeah, they did. Southeast did a much better job of pursuing to the ball there. They're not playing as aggressive as they were earlier. They were just flying in upfield. Now they're kind of reading and reacting, it looks like, on the front line.
Much more disciplined. Great Bend going to have to try to be a little more sound if they're going to want to see those same big chunk plays as Panthers motioning out Jacob Hall to the right side. Daxton Minton getting pressured and is brought down. As it does look like we have a flag there in the area of a horse collar. Great Bend Panthers defenders celebrating. I believe it was Marcus Johnson, the Southeast linebacker there, who came with the pressure and got a little too high on the tackle.
Yeah, horse collar, you got to be inside the shoulder blades or shoulder pads and pull the guy down behind. Now I think they're talking about it.
Getting
whether he's
a lot of discussion from the refs here.
Yeah. I'm hoping they're just deciding where they're going to mark this from. It should be a previous spot foul.
While the refs talk it over, we'll remind you the Panther football is brought to you in part by Edward Jones Financial Services, Hazmat Response, Bank of the Plains, and by USD 428. As the referees do announce a horse collar on the defense, so it will give the Panthers Now, is that an automatic first down, or did they just get the first down after yardage there?
They got the first down on the yardage. There's only 3 automatic first downs in high school football. You got roughing the passer, roughing the kicker holder, and roughing the center. On punts and extra points, you cannot hit the center.
Okay, good to know. Did not know that there were only 3 automatic first down calls. We'll try to keep that in mind for the season, but I know I'll have you here to keep me in line as Panthers come out into the pistol, but the snap is bobbled. Here, a first-time center quarterback combo. We're seeing that a little bit as Tatum Harper getting the nod at center with injured Carter Brown and moves Aiden Davidson into right guard. And the Panthers have been good in the actual run blocking, but snapping the ball is its own skill set aside for being able to block.
Oh, absolutely it is. And that time, though, I'm not putting it on the center. That was Danceline. I think he just took his eyes off the ball because the snap was right in the face.
As with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, Great Bend does lead 21-0 as the Panthers come out, trips to the left, Maddox spray the inside trip, motioning out to the outside. Talking to Coach Beck before this game, he said they were going to want to do a lot of motion as the pass was tipped. Never really had a chance to get out there to that left side. Panthers will try to run something quick and bring up a 3rd and 19 for Great Bend from their own 37-yard line. But talking to Coach Beck before the game, told me he's going to look to use a lot of motion here going forward. Doesn't like what Bueller was able to do and just straight up manning over them. Want to give their guys opportunities to be able to beat that man coverage. We're seeing that tonight.
Yeah, we're going to have an opportunity right here. The middle of the field's wide open. If we can, somebody can win on a slam.
As
We've got a big game coming.
Creamer motions into the slot. He's over the middle of that field. Man rolling to the right. Eventually finds Creamer at the 49-yard line of Southeast. It's going to be a little over half of what they needed to have. It's still going to be a 4th and about 6 yards to go for Panthers. Did get it onto the southeast side of the field.
We got a southeast player down on our sideline, so they're going to have to come all the way across.
Does look like he's just right in the middle of the Panthers sideline as the Panthers are clear out, trying to give him some space. As we'll go ahead and take actually we'll keep it right here. Use this opportunity to remind you the Panther football is brought to you in part tonight by the American Plains Co-op, Magna Dry Cleaning Services, Comfort Pro, and by Innovative Livestock Services.
Yeah, I think Great Bend's going to go for this. We got 5 yards to go. The way our defense has been playing, be a good time to go for it, I think. Especially putting into the wind. I don't know that you're going to gain that much yardage. And so I look for him to go for it.
Especially Great Bend leading 21-0 here. 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Their offense has been rolling. Defense has allowed a couple of first downs. It hasn't allowed the Buffaloes to get much momentum rolling as the injured Buffalo is able to get up and work his way off the field. It's Demetrius Mason.
Yeah, he's got a sleeve on his right knee, and it looks like that knee may be aggravated. So
not putting a whole lot of pressure on walking off of the field. Hope the best for the young defensive lineman for Wichita Southeast. Had some terrific pursuit on that play for the Buffaloes. He was there chasing Creamer down to make that tackle on the sideline.
Yeah, he had to make about a 10-yard run, and he did a great job. We had a kid open deep, but again into the wind. I'm not so sure Dax could have got it there.
Into the wind and a lot of pressure on Dax in there as he was rolling out to the right.
Yeah, it was great job just to get the 10 yards we got.
And I think he saw Creamer the whole way. He was just waiting for the perfect moment to throw it as Great Bend comes out 4th and 6. Minton looking to his left now, right, scrambling right, looking for someone. Finds Maddox sprinting for the first down as Maddox gets about 9 yards past the gain. Will move the Panthers down the 41-yard line. Excuse me, the Buffalo 36-yard line as Great Bend able to convert on 4th down.
Yeah, Dax did a great job of keeping his eyes up and had a little scramble drill as he switched to the right side. Maddox did a good job of making himself available.
Great little bit of a comeback play by Maddox there. When your quarterback starts to scramble, if you're far, you come close. If you're near, you go far. Maddox started coming back. He saw Dax then started to scramble. Nice catch, nice throw.
Yes, it was.
As with 9 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the first half, Great Bend leads 21-0 coming out in the pistol. 2 wide receivers to the left. Colton Brock to the right of Mint. It's a handoff going to the right. Miller following Brock. A big pancake there as it's Owen Kaiser pulling around the line on that right side. Moving.
Cody Miller.
After he knocks the guy down, he goes over.
Number 20.
Great switch.
Great Bend
First down.
gets the first down.
Panther.
Run from Miller.
Cody did a nice job of making an adjustment in the hole there to cut it back against the grain.
As it moves Miller to 60 rushing yards in this first half. Panthers still out there in the pistol. Colton Brock lined up to the right. Miller lined directly behind Minton. 2 receivers to the left. That's Creamer and Spray with Hall on the right side as the Panthers move from left to right as you look from the press box. The handoff going up the middle to Miller. Miller gets bounced early and gets a hit early in the play, but then is able to move forward. Still churn down about a 4-yard gain for Great Bend to bring up a 2nd and 6 from the Buffalo 19-yard line.
Yeah, he met resistance at the hole, but our linemen maintained their contact with the guy and was able to keep him off of him to get it down for no gain.
He didn't run into a defensive lineman there. He ran into the back of his offensive lineman. Not ideal, but the Panther center there, Tatum Harper, able to hold the block. Miller able to turn into a positive gain as Great Bend comes out. 2nd and 7 from the Buffalo 19-yard line. Panthers run going to the left as Miller cuts it back to the middle of the field. Miller going to be pushing for the first down as he gets it inside the 15-yard line of Southeast.
We got another first down. So again, the offensive line is improved twofold from last week. They are firing off the ball. They're maintaining that contact with their linemen and maintaining the block till the whistle is huge part of the run game. If you can do that, you're going to get yards.
As Great Bend has a 1st and 10 set up at the 12-yard line of Southeast. I always love when you can get a 1st and 10 from about the 12 or 13-yard line. Gives you a chance to get a first down, get a fresh set of downs inside the 5-yard line. See if Great Bend can do that here as they come out in the pistol. 1 receiver to the right, that's Jacob Hall as they motion Maddox Spray from the slot in the left to the outside position. Looking like we're going to have a delay of game as with no game clock on the field. Referees still keeping track of it.
Yeah, and if you're at the stadium, you'll notice the back judge, when it gets to 10 seconds, just put his arm straight up in the air. The last 5 seconds, he'll count off.
As the Panther track construction has knocked out some of the power to the play clocks. However, Panthers still rolling as Great Bend leads 21-0 here with 7 minutes left to go in our first half. Great Bend rolling right along as they have a now 1st and 15 from the Buffalo 17-yard line. Great Bend drops back the pass. It's a quick one to Miller in the flat. Miller gets a block and now gets back to the original line of scrimmage for Great Bend. It's still have it down to about the Panther 12 or the Buffalo 12-yard line rather. As Great Bend looking just to inch in, still going to have a 2nd and 10 now from that 12-yard line.
Yeah, that's just that's kind of a quick screen, hoping to catch him rushing up the field. They didn't on that opportunity. It looks like Southeast is putting their linebackers right up in the A and B gap.
A lot of walk down pressure, and they're walking off that time as Minton scrambling to his right, directing traffic in the end zone. Tries to find Jacob Hall as Hall maybe stumbled and Minton maybe left a little too far in. So Panthers pretty close to having another touchdown here as we are approaching 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Great Bend looking at a 3rd and 10 from the Buffalo 12-yard line. You got to think, even if they don't get many yards here on 3rd down, still maybe in 4-down territory for Coach Beck.
Yeah, with the wind the way it is, I don't know about a field goal. So try to get half of it at least, and then it makes it more manageable on 4th down. See what happens.
And still don't have to get a touchdown. Got about 3 yards to work with for a first down as they come out in the pistol. Brock motioning to the left side of the formation. Got to be a handoff to Miller. Miller with a little bit of space. Not going to find enough of the first down. Just will get maybe 2 yards. Move up to about the Buffalo 10-yard line. Bring up the 4th.
The other reason why you probably go pass on the field goal here is if you decide to win, you would give them another 9 yards because the ball will come to the point. This way, at worst, if you don't convert the first down, they're going to have to drive 90 yards.
They'll take over where the Panthers have it now. We're on the missed field goal. They would get it like a touchback at the 20. Interesting to know there that the Panthers come out 4th and 9 from the 11-yard line of the Buffaloes, trying to get Southeast to jump. The Buffaloes hold their water. Coach Beck gonna take a timeout. We'll go ahead and take one with them. Stay right here on a V104 through the point as Great Bend leads 21-0 with 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Great Bend leads 21-0 with 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Great Bend has a 4th and 9 from the Buffalo 11-yard line. Come out, trips to the right. Miller lined up right behind Min, doing a bootleg to the right. Could be a quick strike, unable to find Maddox Spray that time. Min trying to roll out to his right there, get a bit of a moving pocket, maybe take some of the pressure off of it. But the O-line's been trying to work through here. Can't find the pass that time, but Buffalo's gonna have to go the distance if they want to score some points on this drive.
Yeah, that the adjustment that Southeast has made is they got a loaded box. They got eight guys up there in the box, and they're just daring us to pass, which is good strategy into the wind.
Especially going in, it's a strong headwind. You can see the flag over in the corner of the end zone going crazy as Wichita Southeast comes out in the pickle. Going to be a run going to the left side. Slaughter cuts it back towards the middle. Panthers able to rally to the ball. As pretty good pursuit from Great Bend. Their hand looked like Slaughter was going to take it to the edge before cutting it back. Panthers there to cut it down for a 3-yard run, as it will bring up a 2nd and 7 from the Great Bend 14.
Yeah, our front 6, front 7, whatever you want to call it, they're doing a very good job of bottling up anything inside. We just got to continue to maintain that outside leverage and not let them get out wide.
As Southeast has it from their own 14 rather than the Panthers 14, and come out motioning a slot receiver from right to left. It's a handoff up the middle to Slaughter. Slaughter brought down right away by Aiden Davidson. Great Bend D-line rotate in and out there with about 4 or 5 fellows trying to keep it fresh. Looks to be working in this one.
Yeah, it is. Kill Kern also did a great job of coming up and supporting the run.
As the younger Kern there playing outside linebacker, Trent playing inside. Terrific shot there. The two Kern brothers next to each other on the right side of that Panther defense as the Buffaloes come out. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pistol formation in the backfield. Looking at 3rd and 8, Great Bend leading 21-0 with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Snap is back. Fiskus looks right. Pressure coming. Not going to be able to get it away. Blaine Hensley. The pressure for
Back
Great
recorded
Bend.
by number 51, Britton Kern.
Just waiting back a little bit until we saw he had nobody responsible, no responsibilities in the pass game, and he just shot the gap and made a great play.
And Trent Kern able to come in and help clean up on that. Seems like any time Kern senses that the ball carrier might be in danger, he's just a heat-seeking missile going to make sure the play gets finished, as it will bring up a 4th and 17 to go from the Buffalo's own 4-yard line. Looking like it's going to be a punt, as we'll get a timeout from Southeast. We'll go ahead and keep it right here as the Panthers lead 21-0 with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half.
The defense is playing lights out right now. I mean, Coach Beck talked about it in the pregame that felt like they had an opportunity to have a big game. They knew what their assignments were. They knew where they needed to be. And they're coming out and they're executing the game plan to perfection. And they're playing downhill. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're just getting with it, beating their man head up, getting downhill as best they can, and getting the ball carried over.
As I would like to take this opportunity to remind people about the TBHS Booster Club Platinum members who help make Great Bend Panther sports possible at AA Fishing Tool and Rental, Murphy Tractor and Equipment, Central National Bank, Jimlo Glass, and the 10th Street Eye Care Center in Great Bend, all proud of Booster Club sponsors, proud to sponsor Panther sports over the years. As Southeast comes out on 4th and 17.
Trent's been timing it up, timing the snap up really well. That time he got a little early, and good job by Southeast. You know, they changed their cadence, and Trent just got in the neutral zone, which is no big deal. It's still a long way to go.
Still a going to be 4th and 12 now from the Southeast 9-yard line. Buffalo's lining up to punt. Great Bend trying to get after this one, though, but they are unable to. However, what if a wonky punt as it was going to go out right around the
I'm guessing it's going to be around the 30.
Panther. That's exactly where I was thinking. Look, at first I thought the referee there would stop it at the 25, and I thought we were about to get really good field position. As it stands, look like it's going to be pushed out closer to the 32 rather.
Yeah, they were waiting for somebody to line it up. The referee gets a spot with an angle off of the out of bounds, and then has one of his partners come up to find the spot. When he gets to that spot where he thinks it went out, that's where they line it up.
And so with 3 minutes and 22 seconds here to go in the first half, Great Bend has a 21-0 lead as they take over at the Buffalo 32-yard line. It's a read option quarterback keeper by Daxton Minton on the right side, as Minton able to quickly get a near a first down for Great Bend, as it will.
That looks like the adjustment Great Bend's made. They've been walking those people up, putting 8-9 in the box, stick it in there, get them reading to it, then pull it out and take it around the end for a 12-yard gain.
It feels like ever since we saw that Hayes game for Minton, where he kind of started to use the quarterback draw and some scrambles, seen a boost in the quarterback run game. It's a handoff this time going left to Miller. Miller rolling right behind Colton Brock, who gets a big pancake block on the play before we get a late foul. Don't know what that will be on in the position of potentially holding, or maybe a personal foul after the play.
Might have been a face mask.
Could also be a face mask in that same vicinity. Whitecap now coming out. That is what it will be. Randy Wessel, the keen eye, ready to see the play as it happens. Now as Cale Kern will sub in for Jacob Hall, going to go into that jumbo formation. Panthers, when they've worked it inside the 10, have been bringing this out where they have Cale Kern and Colton Brock in the backfield as two fullbacks, with Cody Miller lined up behind them. Daxton Minton lines up under center. It's a run going to the right as Miller pushing his way. Almost gets there. The Panther O-line getting nasty with it, with some pushes into the end zone, some pancakes.
Yeah, that was a great job of blocking, because again, they got 8 guys up there in the box. You shouldn't be able to run for 5 yards with 8 guys in the box, and we're doing it. So that's on the offensive line. Those kids are doing a great job right now. They're just firing off and making things happen.
And the Panthers have it with a 2nd and 2, still in that jumbo formation, still going off to Miller, who walks into the end zone. As he's over 70 rushing yards in his first half, 3 touchdowns, as Great Bend takes a 27-0 lead. 2 minutes, 24 seconds to go here in the first half. Pending the PAT, Great Bend taking a 28-point lead here with just under 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Great Bend lining up for the kick. And the snap is back, kick is up and on the way, and kick is good. So Great Bend will take a 28-0 lead. With 2 minutes or 24 seconds to go in the first half. They will be ready to kick the ball away to Southeast. We'll go ahead and take our final timeout of the first half. Stay right here with us on B104.3 for more Great Bend Panther football.
All for generous donations to Panther Athletics for many, many years.
Hey, you want to hear some good news? Venture Corporation is still hiring for laborers, flaggers, equipment operators, CDL, A&B drivers, and mechanics. Excellent benefits, and you get paid for traveling throughout the state. Venture Corporation on South Highway 281 in Great Bend is an equal opportunity employer.
And as the Panthers get ready to kick it away, it's Wichita Southeast with a 28-0 lead here with 2.5 minutes to go. Would like to say thank you to our press box food sponsor, Mr. Burger, as we'd like to shout out Schwartz Steinmetz, Stacy and Stephanie Steinmetz, and Brent Schwartz for some excellent meals to keep the press box workers not too peckish. As Great Bend gets a bit of a squid kick at the time where they knock it loose. Great Bend is kind of a bit of a squid kick, trying to not allow any team to return. Get to the 30, and the Panthers able to come in. Yards! Number 1 able to come in and knock the ball out. Panther offense going to take over at the 30-yard line of the Buffaloes.
Yeah, against the wind, they just put up a pooch punt, and kid just couldn't handle it. Great opportunity to score right before half, and then get the ball back to begin the second half.
That's what I was going to bring up too. If Great Bend doesn't score here, still going to have an excellent chance to go up 35-0 at the beginning of the half. Great Bend comes out, trips to the left. It's going to be a quick screen. Maddox breaks a double pass straight at Greenberg, and they get a wide open touchdown.
The double pass is good enough for Panther touchdown.
Panthers score in under 30 seconds, 14 points. Under 30 seconds to take a 34-0 lead here over the Wichita Southeast Buffaloes on homecoming night.
That was a great play call. Yeah, quick change of possession. When they after the turnover, come hit him with something big. You can see it coming because our wide out make sure he's behind our quarterback. Because you can only have one pass, one forward pass per play.
The extra point is good.
And the extra point is up and good. So Great Bend does take a 35-0
to the
lead here
Panther
over the
Athletics.
Wichita Southeast Buffaloes with
Thanks
2
again.
minutes
Good morning.
to go in the first half. Great Bend started a strong run game, got 2 rushing touchdowns from Cody Miller before Daxton Min was able to find Jacob Hall in the end zone. Panthers then went back to the try-to-true formation, got Cody Miller his 3rd touchdown of the night before a fumble caused by Caleb Kern on the kickoff gave the Great Bend Panthers the ball at the Southeast 30-yard line. Panthers pull out the trickeration, get the double pass first to Maddox Gray before Maddox finds a wide open Ian Creamer, and he walks into the end zone for Great Bend as the Panthers take a 35-0 lead. 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah, that was a great call. Plus, it puts something on film for other people to think about.
And as much as the Panthers like to use screen, gonna like to have a bit of a hesitation from the defensive side as Southeast coming out, gets it up to the almost the 35. It's gonna be the 34-yard line. Panthers did again kind of that pooch kick a little bit there as they didn't want any sort of return. As Southeast has shown some shiftiness in their athletes, don't want to let them have any sort of momentum going in the half.
Yeah, plus you got the wind, so it's a perfect opportunity to pooch because it's going to hang up there, give your guys a chance to run down the field and get underneath it.
And as much as you don't want to let Southeast get any momentum going, they haven't necessarily had a lot on offense, so you don't mind letting them start closer to that 35-yard line as Southeast comes out. 3 wide receivers to the right. Slaughter lined up behind Fiskus in the backfield. Dropping back, looking to his right. Fiskus now scrambles right, throwing the ball deep over the middle as Maddox Gray almost had a chance to pick that one off. Ends up colliding with Ian Creamer, who is also working his way over there as Fiskus trying to find Montre Roberts. And Roberts, only a sophomore, has been able to make some plays for Southeast tonight. However, Great Bend been able to make more plays as the Panthers lead 35-0. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, he had a step on Ian, and It just, you know, the ball's hard to throw into the wind. It's also hard to throw with the wind.
Absolutely. As Southeast comes out, 3 wide receivers to the right. Fiskus looking that way, now scrambling back to his left, scrambling, running out of time. Tries to find wide receiver on the side. I believe that's number 85, Jason Guerrero. As he may have been shaken up. Instead, it's number 10, Montre Roberts. Kittel
Almost made a great point.
He was very close to having it. Kittel Southeast wants to get the balls in the hand of their talented sophomore.
Yes, he's got some talent, so, you know, just got to keep him corralled. They've done a good job. It looks like we're doubling. We got a guy low and then a guy on top of it.
As Brody Schnoblin comes out, Owen Kaiser subs in a nose guard. Southeast drops back. Fiskus looking for Slaughter on the ankle route out of the backfield. Can't find it, so that will bring up a 4th and 10 with a minute and 49 seconds to go. Be curious if we don't see a screen here, like you pointed out earlier. A lot of times Southeast want to go with that screen on their long.
Right. They usually do, but we got a 4th down coming now, so we're going to get the ball back. An opportunity to add another few points on the scoreboard.
And now Southeast get to punt with the win. We saw in the first quarter, Panthers were able to get after, actually block a punt. Second quarter, Wichita Southeast able to draw Great Bend into the neutral zone. Let's see if Great Bend can't get after it here, as it looks like the Panthers going to rush 5, going to a bit of a punt safe.
Yep.
And punt is back to returners deep to grab it. Maddox Spray gets it going right before turning back towards the center of the field. Going to work his way up to the Panther 41-yard line.
I'll tell you another thing I'm noticing this week from last week. Our ball security is so much better right now. We're getting close to contact. We're wrapping it up with that other arm. They're carrying it high and tight when you're in the open field, which is what you want. But as contact nears, we're getting the second hand on there and making it a lot tougher for somebody to get that out.
And last week it just felt like Great Bend couldn't hold on to the ball very much at all, and it wasn't even, obviously it was a little damp, but it wasn't actively raining during the game. However, Great Bend now comes out in the pistol look. Colt Brock lined up to the right. It's a bit of a high snap in, able to wrangle it in, as it's a quarterback run to the left, but he bounces it back to the right. Got a little bit of space as he tiptoes his way across the 50-yard line. May not have gone actually across. Here's where we wait on the spot. Got to be close. May have just gone right on.
Yeah, he's right on the 50-yard line. Dak's got a couple, 3 extra yards by doing a tightrope back. If he could have stayed on his feet, he might have gotten another 20, 30 yards.
As the Panthers now come out, the scramble, or I guess the cutback on the quarterback keeper from Mid gets Great Bend a 2nd and 8. As they come out with the pro look, 2 receivers to either side. Going to be a quick game to Jacob Hall on the right. He's got Colton Brock blocking for him out in front, as the quick screen will be enough for the Panther 1st down, as Hall's able to pick up 7 on the 2nd and 2. And the Panthers advance it on to the Southeast Buffalo side of the field with the ball at the Buffalo 44. And the snap back now out of the pistol as Minton hands it off to Miller. Miller makes a man miss and cuts his way up for a 6-yard gain. Miller now pushing his way towards 80 yards in this game. Already 3 touchdowns scored in the first half, as Miller having a pretty game so far.
Yeah, and we're effectively running here. Once we get inside of the minute, you'll probably see the ball go in the air. Southeast backed out of their 8-man front, and now are back to what they were playing earlier in the game. So it's allowing us those running lanes a little more. So I look for us to maybe run one more play, then start putting the thing in the air.
As it will be a 2nd and 5 from the Buffalo 39-yard line for Great Bend, as they have a 35-0 lead with a minute and 13 seconds to go in the first half. Great Bend looking to get some more points before they'll have the ball to start the second half. Great Bend has themselves in great position so far in this game, as we'll use this opportunity to remind everyone that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Barton Community College. Get ahead with online or dual credit classes, or earn a certificate or associate's degree while in high school. Find out more at gobarton.com. As the Panthers come out, 3 wide receivers to the left. Mid play action passes. He gets it to Hall, or tries to get to Hall over the middle. sailed. That one is thrown into the wind, presenting some challenges for both sides, it looks like, tonight.
Yeah, that looked like it just came out of his hand finally and harmlessly fell to the ground. And, you know, it's like I say, Southeast is now anticipating this pass, so they're out of their 8-man box, and we're just trying to find somebody in the middle.
Not having so much traffic walked up, as they are still mugging it up a little bit. One more linebacker walked in, and they do bring pressure as the Panthers hand it off to Miller. Miller tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he may have had a little bit of space there. Instead, goes down after about a 2-yard gain for Great Bend to bring up a 4th and 4 with just under a minute left. Great Bend leads 35-0. Panthers coming out looking like they're going to be in that pistol formation, and using it to motion Colton Brock either from one side in the pistol to the other, or completely out of the backfield on a couple plays, as Great Bend will take a timeout with...
No, Southeast took the timeout.
Southeast took the timeout.
They want to save some time.
They want to try to save some time, see if they can't get the ball back before the end of this first half, see if they can't get some points on the board. Going to be interested to see what Great Bend goes with here on the 4th and 4 from the Buffalo 38-yard line. As Great Bend rolling so far.
Yeah, they are. And I I wouldn't be surprised to see a little hoops kid down here from our quarterback. Be a great opportunity. We don't want anything crazy to happen right before half, like let them get a score, especially then we're going to get the ball back. So it wouldn't surprise me to see us punt this ball away instead of going for it.
Really hope the Panthers can keep momentum on their side. Obviously got a bit of a stockpile built up, as they do have a 5-score, 35-point lead here in the waning minute of the first half, as Great Bend does come out in the pistol formation. 2 receivers to the left, the lone one to the right. That's Jacob Hall, as Colton Brock motions from left to right. Going to be a handoff to Miller. Miller with a bunch of space. He gets the first down as he breaks to the 10.
The Miller run is good enough for another Panther touchdown.
To make the 5th guy, and the middle just opened up like Moses parting the Red Sea.
And you know, Coach Beck mentioned wanting to use motion that time to open up a big lane for Miller on the 38-yard touchdown. Miller now over 115 rushing yards in his first half and 4 touchdowns, as the kick is no good. A low beaming ball that knocks off the crossbar of the goalpost. So with 36 seconds to go in the first half, Great Bend leads 41-0. Great Bend had a 21-0 lead with 3 minutes to go in the first half, but 3 quick scores, some incredible plays from the Panthers special teams to give the Panthers back the ball quickly. Now has Great Bend sitting comfortably 41-0 in the final minute of the first half.
Yeah, and this is just what you scripted for a homecoming game. Make it easy. And so as a coach, you're always worried about a homecoming game, kids coming out flat with all the stuff that happened during the week. And they didn't come out flat. I've been impressed with both the defensive line and the offensive line. They've been just superb tonight. They're getting the job done. Just got to do it for another 24 minutes.
And you're going to have a pretty good little reunion to get to here in the second half. After this first half we've seen for Great Bend, as Great Bend does come out and do that pooch and kick they've liked so much. Southeast able to recover just at their own 34-yard line. So with 35 seconds to go, the Buffaloes will look to get something rolling. Great Bend, I thought they were just going to look to stop them when there was about 2 minutes to go. Instead, they scored 2 touchdowns since that point. See if Great Bend can't get the ball back quickly, potentially increase the lead even more before halftime.
If I'm Southeast, I want to regroup. I'm going to run one. We have no timeouts to stop it, so I'd run one into the line of scrimmage, go in, and let's regroup and see what we can do the second half.
First, I thought we were about to get a 4-man backfield for Southeast. Instead, they go to the pro after a bit of confusion. 2 receivers to either side, motioning the slot left to right. It's a jet sweep as Southeast gets into a bit of space there, however, unable to turn it up. That was Matavius Matthews on the carry for Southeast. Like you said, Panthers with some terrific pursuit, followed him off the motion all the way across, only allowed a 4-yard gain. And Panthers going to take that as the clock ticks down to under 15 seconds to go in the first half. Great Bend leading at 41-0 here. Looks like Southeast might try one more shot as they come out 3 receivers to the left. Going to just be a handoff to Slaughter. Slaughter looking for a bit of space, does not find it as Kale Hearn finds him in the backfield after Matthew Jones took it up. So heading into halftime, Great Bend leads 41-0 after a tremendous first half. Stick around here as I'll have the breakdown of that first half along with more right here on V104 through the point, your home of Panther Sports.
The people who care at Bugles Dyke Chiropractic understand that if you can't move very well, you can't function at your best. Maybe it's time to see Dr. B at Bugles Dyke Chiropractic, 1309 Williams, Great Bend, and now at 203 East 3rd Avenue, St. John.
Good luck, ladies. Your music is on.
Panthers concession stand. Cheese and pepperoni. First online with their 2 locations in Great Bend after the game. No one outwins
Right there at the end of the half, great O-line and D-line play. They are making life miserable for Southeast right now. This is the club we saw the first 2 weeks, not the club we saw last week. They are firing off the ball. They're winning their one-on-ones.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand to your Panther Danceline?
And I'll tell you what's so impressive about that offensive line. They're working with a new unit up front as Carter Brown, their sophomore center, was injured in practice this week. Messed up that ankle a little bit. You see him on a scooter on the sideline. So they moved Tatum Harper in from right guard. Aiden Davidson slots in to that right guard spot. And they've been having some success running to the right side. We've seen some quality tag team blocks from Davidson and Owen Kaiser. While Matthew Johnson, Trent Turner on the left side, responsible for 3 of the touchdowns the Millers rushed for in the first half. Which brings us to Cody Miller. What have you thought about the first half we've seen from the Panther running back?
Cody's running with a
They're here
purpose.
to bring
He's
energy and pump up the
he's
crowd.
not
So let's
second
hear it
guessing the hole.
loud
He's
and
just hitting the
proud.
hole and running. And then once he gets through the hole, he's making people miss. This is what we expected from Cody all year. It's just he's attacking, and that's what the right men attacking, not sitting back and having what needs to be done. We're instigating the action.
We'll go ahead and take our first break of this halftime show. Would like to remind you, however, that halftime is brought to you by the Banking Trust, where relationships matter. Stick around here on B104 your home for Panther football this fall.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Panther cheerleaders.
Emergencies rarely happen between 9 and 5. That's why the pros at Comfort Pro are available 24/7, 365. Comfort Pro, the area's largest Brian dealer, is just a phone call away. Legato's Mexican restaurant at
The
10
Panther Pride Band will be taking the field for your halftime entertainment.
open for lunch
The band has been working hard to prepare for the season. And we'll present our show opener for you this evening. Earlier this month, we performed in the Holy Liberty Parade. And on September 13th, we traveled to the State Fair to perform. It's part of Kansas' largest festival event. The Panther Pride Band received a 1 rating in parade performance and area performance. Our show theme this year is Childhood Memories.
You with conventional dentures or many
Features
implants,
vignettes
tooth loss. No pain, just gain. Keep your
from
smile.
childhood,
Joe Rosenberg
Saturday
Family
morning
Dentistry
cartoons,
and see
Christmas
Doug in
morning,
Greenman.
trick or treating, Disney, Wonderland, and a day at the park. Tonight we will perform our opener, Cartoon Capers, featuring the Looney Tunes, Pink Panthers, the Flintstones, and Scooby-Doo. We will conclude with the Batman TV
Welcome back into B104.3 The Point as at halftime of the homecoming game, Great Bend leads 41-0 over the Wichita Southeast Buffaloes. And the homecoming king, Ramiro Ponce, leading the band out onto the field as the drum major. Ramiro was crowned alongside Evelyn Luna, who was crowned as queen. Luna's player for the Great Bend soccer team. We'll get into the football action here as Cody Miller for the Panthers having a heck of a night as on the season he has 47 carries for 154 yards, and this game alone he already has 12 carries for 117 plus 4 touchdowns. Miller having a sensational night for Great Bend.
Yes, he is. He's running hard, and that's, you can tell they made a commitment to the run this week, and they are executing that to the T. And it's good to see. This will give them some confidence that going forward they can continue to run like this throughout the year.
And so now we have an interesting situation here where Great Bend up 41-0 at half. Had an interesting conversation with one of our press box workers, as it seems everyone in the box here knows what authority on the rules of the game you are. You want to tell us a little bit about the clock regulations here in the second half?
You can have a 45, if you got a 45-point lead going into the fourth quarter, you can run the clock. It's got to be being this is not a conference game, they would have had to agree to that before the game. There's many times though that during the game you talk to the coaches and referee and you can get it changed. But it doesn't matter if it dips under 45 after you start running the clock. The running clock is going to be continuous that fourth quarter if they have agreed upon it.
So if it's been agreed upon, once you have that 45-point lead, it doesn't matter if it shrinks even to 35, you'll still have that running clock in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. Once you hit the fourth quarter, you start the clock and never touch it again unless you have an injury. If you have an injury, of course, then you stop.
And speaking of the this not being a WAC game, the rest of the WAC has started their conference play as Garden City is at Hayes tonight with the Dodge City Red Demons traveling to the 3-0 Liberal team. Larned also at Nickerson tonight looking to move to 3-1 while Cheney travels to Pratt. And Ellenwood, quite the story over in Ellenwood as they're trying to move to 4-0, first time since '86 against Hutch Trinity. Be updated on those scores on Monday on Sports Day. We'll go ahead and take another break here as we'll have more.
And Aaron, I'm going to get out of here.
And we are going to have Randy Wetzel get on out of here. Go enjoy your 50th reunion as stepping into the box.
15 years. I'm not that old.
Not, you don't look a day over your 45th anniversary, or your 45th class reunion.
Yeah, thanks.
As we will have Nate Towns stepping into the box here in the second half to provide color commentary. Stick around on B1043 The Point, your home for Panther football this fall.
Bank and Trust, committed to supporting the communities we serve. From ag lending, home loans, and mobile banking to participation in the activities that make a community strong. We're proud to help bring you this Panther broadcast. Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Football this fall on B1043 The Point. Here I'm Aaron Clark, joined by not Randy Wetzel in the box now as Nate Towns has stepped in for Wetzel as he takes brief absence to go to his 50th class reunion. Shout out to all of the Panthers celebrating class reunions at this homecoming celebration. However, if you've been tired of hearing mine and Wetzel's opinion on it, now we can get a third voice on the game. Nate Towns joining me here. Nate, what have you seen so far in this game from the Panthers?
We're executing pretty well on basically everything that we're trying to do, which I think you probably kind of expect going into this game, that this is kind of a, let's see what we can do with what we got, and, you know, you're expecting to win this game, so we're looking good, we're firing on all cylinders, and, you know, you're probably looking to get some of the younger kids into the game later in the game and just have some fun with it. That's what homecoming's all about.
Exactly. I love that point at the end. Homecoming looking to get some younger kids some experience and already approaching the score of this game from last year. Last year, the Great Bend Panthers were able to defeat Southeast 45-0. Now at halftime, Great Bend leads 41-0. Could be 42. However, Panthers missed an extra point there on the final touchdown. However, after making 5 extra points in a row, you give your kicker a little breathing room on that 6th one.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to miss one every once in a while.
And we will hopefully get to see more from this Panther offensive line that really looks to be clicking in the run game here. Still allowing a little bit more pressure than you'd like to see on or in the pass game. However, Coach Beck has been mitigating that some with a moving pocket. What have you seen from Great Bend in terms of trying to get Daxton Mint in the opportunistic, or I guess good opportunistic positions for the young quarterback?
Well, I think that's where he fired best. So I think that coach has figured out, hey, if we get the pocket moving, we get him going this way, we get him going that way, we'll create some plays that way. And I think that's where he feels most comfortable.
This is Nate Towns joining me in the booth for this second half as we are about 2 minutes, or I guess going to be 5 minutes away after the mandatory 3-minute warm-up period. But we are just about through a halftime here on B1043 The Point. Stick around for more Panther football right after this.
If that building has been sitting empty too long, Stone Sand Company and Stone Waste Management can help pay for demolition and equipment hauling. If you need something cleaned up, they rent roll-off and top containers that make it so easy to just fill up and haul off. Stone Company also provides over 50 types of rock, gravel, sand, and filter. Tell them how much you need, and they'll deliver to your home, farm, or business. See the latest demolition photos at stonesandcompany.com. Located at 421 Washington Street in Great Bend.
Is brought to you by
just about ready to get this second half underway. In the box, giving you the call, it's Aaron Clark at the Eagle Media Center at 12th and Baker. It's Landon Winkler holding it down, and joined by a new face up here in the press box, it's Nate Towns. Now, Nate, you got a little bit of coaching experience yourself. Go ahead and tell the Panther faithful where you get your experience from.
Well, originally, when I first started coaching, I coached with former head coach Bo Black at, unfortunately, Hayes High School.
We'll forgive you for that one.
And then I went with him to Shawnee Mission Northwest for a year. And then I did a year stint in Garden City, a year stint in Stafford, a 2-year stint with Augusta, and a year stint with Solomon. So I've coached all places, all sizes, a little bit of football in every classification throughout the state, kind of everywhere in the state.
So you've probably seen your fair share of teams. How does this offensive line performance you're seeing tonight from the Panthers compare to some of what you've seen in the past in terms of what they've been able to do in the run game?
I mean, I think, like I said earlier, as far as that goes, we're firing on all cylinders. We're getting to our blocks. We're getting the guys sealed off. We're getting, on our path, doing our thing. And I think that this is kind of what you were looking for in this game. Find out what we can do against maybe not necessarily a lesser opponent, but
a team that's down on their luck a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. Let's get some guys some confidence. Let's see where we're going and get this thing rolling a little bit.
And obviously, we haven't talked about it too much, but the defense been rolling. You don't get up 41-0 with your defense asleep out there. Panthers been able to capitalize on some opportune moments on special teams as well. What have you seen from the defensive side of the Panthers?
Well, the first thing that I noticed about the whole game was the tailback from Southeast he can tote the rock. He's
Rennell Slaughter.
Yeah.
He's a shifty back. He can do a lot for the Buffaloes over on that sideline.
Right, and so the fact that we've held them to 0 points with, maybe they haven't had the greatest year, but they're going to have some athletes. They're going to have some kids that can do some things. And the fact that we've been able to shut that down to nothing is pretty awesome, really.
Absolutely, as we are just about 40 seconds from kickoff, as the mandatory warm-up period has almost expired. We'll use this opportunity to remind you that tonight's halftime show has been brought to you by Stone Sand Company and Stone Waste Management, Panther Strong and Great Bend Strong. Go ahead and stick around. We'll have the second half coming to you right here on V104.3 The Point, your home for Panther sports.
Real Estate and Insurance Agency is proud to support this Panther broadcast. If you're looking for residential, commercial, or farm properties, turn to Keller Real Estate and Insurance Agency, 1101 Williams in Great Bend.
Orthopedic and sports medicine specialists at the University of Kansas Health System in Great Bend are here to care for every level of athlete. Whether you're an armchair quarterback or star of the team, we can get you back in the game. Call 620-792-4383 to schedule an appointment. Go Panthers!
And welcome back into your home for Panther football, B104.3 The Point, as we are just about ready to get the second half underway as Great Bend leads 41-0, and they are ready to receive the ball. On the call, I'm Aaron Clark. Joining me up here in the booth is Nate Towns, filling in for Mr. Randy Wetzel. Great Bend leading 41-0, getting the ball here as Southeast boots it away. Going to be returned by Maddox Spray. Spray takes it in the middle of the field, takes it now to the left hash, has a little bit of space, gets out to the 40, now to the 45, as he had some convoy of blockers and believe he was shoved out late. It's actually Cody Miller on the return. Miller doing it all for the Panthers tonight as he's over 110 rushing yards on the game. A big return, going to take them out close to the 50-yard line, potentially even further into Southeast territory on the flag, waiting to see what's called there.
That was a great job by the guys on the kickoff team, getting to their spot, getting to their block, staying on it, letting him have a lane to run it.
As we do have a personal foul on the kicking team, a late hit, so believe that will tack on 15 extra yards to this play as the referees will march into Southeast territory. It will be a full 15, not as rock solid on the rules as Randy Wetzel. However, Panthers going to be set up in a beautiful field position, coming out with, in that pistol formation, two receivers to the left, Colton Brock in the backfield with Miller to the left of Minton. As we get a brief stoppage of play from the White Hat now, going back, Brock motioning across the formation to the right side. It's going to be a handoff back going left to Miller. Miller finding a little bit of space up the middle behind Brock, as he'll be turning it out there for about 6 yards, picking up good enough for a Panther second down and 4. Just about was 30 seconds have run off in this second half. Great Bend leading 41-0. Now as Great Bend will come out staying in that pistol, it's been working it very well, having Colton Brock in the backfield. It's a lead block for Miller and Minton as Minton takes on the QB keeper to the left side. He's got space. Panthers Cody Miller out in front, and he is touchdown. Panthers get a 30-yarder from Daxton Minton with the QB keeper out of that pistol, had a convoy of blockers out in front of him as the touchdown. Brock was there to block.
However, there is a flag on the play. It's a simple numbers game. We got more over here than you do. You can't stop it.
So now Great Bend up 46 or 47, excuse me. As we have a hold, might be why the Panthers were able to get that big run. Unfortunate, for a moment, looked like Great Bend was going to be rolling there. Minton showing the wheels
saw that
a little
hold.
bit.
Doesn't look like Coach Beck thinks that he saw the hold either.
Not quite sure, but up 41-0. Might just have to let the refs get that one for you. As Great Bend looking to the sideline, it is nice that from the spot of that foul, not going to knock the Panthers back 10 yards from the previous line, so the Panthers not set back too much. As Great Bend looking at 2nd and 8 in the pistol, as Minton bobbles the snap a little bit on the quarterback keeper, taking it more up the middle this time as he's able to get about 5 yards. Panthers going to be working at about 3rd and 3 from the Southeast 27-yard line.
Initial hit on the play.
They're giving us first down. We got a very favorable spot on that one, but I think we'll take it.
I was thinking it was going to be 3rd. However, Great Bend gets the first. It was going to be 3rd and very manageable. However, now Panthers will have a fresh set of downs working inside the 30-yard line of Southeast as they come out in the pro look. 2 receivers to either side. That's Creamer and Brock to the left as the pass is Minton tries to get the pass out left to Creamer on the screen, unable to get the ball there, so Panthers brought up with a 2nd and 10.
Had a little pressure up the middle there. I think we got a little rushed on that throw. You know.
I don't know about your experience, but it seems like the run game for an offensive line comes together a little quicker than the pass game.
Absolutely. The finesse of the pass game is much tougher, in my opinion, to deal with for an offensive lineman than it is, you know, just getting down on somebody to push them.
As Great Bend comes out in the pistol, they get a snap to Cody Miller, who runs it inside the 10-yard line, almost to the 5. Great Bend is brought down out of bounds at the Great Bend, or at the Southeast 8. Like you were saying though, Great Bend, run game working a lot, but you gotta get that trust built up between young fellas in the pass game where you can consistently rely on the guy next to you. It takes a little more time.
Right, you know who's gap, who's doing what. That takes longer communication than get on a guy, stay on a guy.
And Great Bend coming out, 2 receivers to the right. Colton Brock in the backfield with Minton and Miller. It's a handoff going left. Brock leading the way. Miller met quickly off the edge by Marcus Webb. Webb, the Southeast defensive end, an athletic, big guy was able to chase down, get Miller in the backfield there, but I think Miller may have still been able to work out a neutral gain. So we'll bring up a 2nd and 6 from the Southeast 6-yard line for Great Bend. Great Bend gets into that heavy formation. Cale Kern, Colton Brock in the backfield, handing it up the middle to Miller. Miller makes a man miss and gets into the end zone again.
For the touchdown, Cody Miller.
As Cody able to punch it in.
Good game right there.
From the 6-yard line, 5 touchdowns. Just impressive, go over 125 yards for the Panther back as he has had himself one heck of a night. Not completely surprising from him as last year had a monster game against the Buffaloes. Now as Great Bend comes out, waiting for the kick. The snap is back, kick is up and on the way, and it is good. So Great Bend will take a 48-0 lead with just under 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll go ahead and take a timeout. Stay right here with us on B1043 The Point, your home for Panther Sports.
This Great Bend High School Panther Sports broadcast is brought to you by Insurance Planning at Great Bend, Hayes, and Russell. Insurance Planning offers a full line of insurance products and risk management services for the way you work and live. Call Insurance Planning today. Great Bend, Hayes, or Russell.
104-3 The Point as Great Bend was able to extend their lead to 48 points to nothing here as Great Bend has officially scored more than they did last year when they were able to put up 45 points on Wichita Southeast. Panthers are rolling here as they're ready to kick the ball away, moving from right to left as you watch in the press box. Kick on the way. Southeast fields it at their own 3, now gets it across the 10 to the 15, up the middle of the field to the 20, now to the 25, gets it just across there. He's working his way to the 30 as Wichita Southeast gets a favorable return. Let's see if the Panthers can't manage to keep them contained. Great Bend done a great job so far all night, haven't been able or haven't had to worry too much about the starting field position for Wichita Southeast. As Panther cheerleaders now bombarding the crowd with their mini footballs. The fans, the Panther faithful go wild as Southeast comes out the pro look, 2 receivers to either side. Slaughter lined up behind Fiskus, and we get I believe it's going to be a neutral zone infraction.
They call that on
I think
Jace?
they're calling that on Jace Shards, the near side cornerback.
He was in a press position, looked like maybe the official thought he was a little over the line, I guess.
And I guess the official has the better look there. Usually can communicate with that side just about whether you're on or not. Don't generally see an offsides there on a perimeter player like that, but Wichita Southeast comes out the same formation. It's a play action pass as Fisk is looking deep, got a man there, but Ian Bremer, what a break up on that play.
He kept his head down. He knew he was a little bit beat. He got to the receiver, put his hands up. That's exactly what you're taught to do.
And it's great to see that from Bremer, not necessarily trying to make the interception play on the ball, but recognizing he can break up that pass. Exactly, as Bremer will take a break after making the long play there. Panthers probably not minding resting him, getting some other Panthers some opportunities. As now Wichita Southeast still coming out, 2 receivers to either side. Now a handoff going to King up that left side. He's got a little bit of space, gets into the Panthers secondary. However, fresh Panthers safety comes in. I believe that's Alex Grabast. Or no, Chase Adinas, as he's able to come in and make the touchdown-saving tackle. The Southeast had King Jones in space. Jones, a junior wide receiver for the Buffaloes. Cup, one of the several players who's shown a little bit of twitch for the Buffaloes. Great Bend done a terrific job keeping them contained this game. As the Southeast now comes out, 2 receivers to either side, motioning King across from left to right. It'll be a handoff up the middle to Slaughter. Slaughter makes the linebacker miss, going back the other way. Reverses field, gets a block from Fiskus, his quarterback, before he's able to finally be brought down for a gain of only 2 yards.
That's a good job by the backside, staying home. Don't get pulled in. Don't try to get over the top. Make it come back to you. Good job by the backside right there.
And we've seen Great Bend have some incredible contained plays so far in the run from their cornerbacks. Caden Hoffman and Jace Sharts both playing very well on the outside in the run game while still holding up in pass pro. As Southeast comes out, 2 receivers to either side. Slaughter lined up behind Fiskus. The snap is low. Fiskus fake play action pass, looking deep instead, looking like he may keep it now as the Panthers converge. Cooper Lyles, they're meeting him outside now as it will bring up a third, it looks like 3rd and 7, maybe 3rd and 8.
Great play by Cooper Lyles to keep his leverage, work him to the sideline, use the sideline as your friend. That was a great job.
As now we'll see Lyles, maybe Panthers saying you make a play, you get to come and catch
you. You gotta go take a breath. Yeah.
Makes sense for Great Bend as they have a 48-0 lead with 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Wichita Southeast trying to get something rolling against the Panther team that has been firing on all cylinders as the Buffaloes come out. The pro look, motioning King from left to right. The snap is back. Going to be a quick throw to King in the flat, trying to make a Panther miss. But Trenton Kern, look at the speed. The side-to-side speed from a guy who plays offensive tackle.
Yes, his ability to get to that ball in that situation is a great job.
4th down, 5.
Incredible play from the Panthers to limit it to about a 2-yard gain. Going to bring up a 4th and 5 as we go under 5.5 minutes to play here in this second half. Kern does look to be limping a little bit. No, he's been fighting a little bit of a tweaker on something in the lower body. Might just be that as the handoff goes to Slaughter on the left side. Panthers need to rally, and they get there on 4th down. A big hit that
I don't know who that was, but somebody stepped in there and filled that hole big time.
Might have been the younger Kern. Might have been Kale that time around as we get a stick from Trent on
Brothers a little
down.
banged up. I'll take care of business. That's all right.
Exactly. I'm sure Panther faithful hope to see the Kern boys making plays for years to come as 2 young, bright spots for Great Bend. Well, Great Bend not lacking a shortage of young, bright spots.
No, absolutely not. And I think that's the best thing that we got going is the future looks bright. And I think that's why everybody in the community is excited about this, because I think everybody feels like, here we go. We had a good season last year. Let's go.
As the Panthers come out now, rolling with the pistol formation to the right, 1 to the left. That's wide receivers as is handed off now. Going left, that's Connor Holiday, the sophomore, getting some space off to the left there. Panthers letting
1st down,
Cody Miller get a bit of a breather. They bring in Holiday and immediately rip off a 1st down.
Give a little shout out to Coach Randy Beck on that one. He did a nice job of using his tools. That stiff arm got him another 6-8 yards.
So well-coached running back there as Panthers come out still in that pistol look. Snap is back, this time handed off back to Holiday. Holiday with a little bit of space, able to make some men miss up the middle there. As he's a taller player, 6 foot, about 180, but still getting some good gains just running between the tackles.
He does a good job of letting his blocks develop. He's got good vision. He can see where the hole's going to go, and he's got a good stick a foot in the ground and get there.
One cut there off of the ability from Holiday, as with 3 minutes 15 seconds to go, Great Bend leads 48-0. Panthers come out with the pistol formation this time. Brock lined up to the left. Actually, that's Cale Kern playing the fullback, lined up to the left, as Panthers going to run it up the middle. get about 5 yards, as Great Bend going to be content to just chip away 5 yards after 5 yards this whole second half.
Well, that's how you run the clock out. That's how you get the game over with.
And when it's working this effective, you don't necessarily need to get away.
Why change it if it ain't broke?
As Great Bend getting some fresh blood in the game, allowing some younger players some opportunities to maybe make some marks, as we see number 8, Hayden Kelly, checking in. He's playing that left slot receiver right now as the Panthers. It's a quarterback keeper. Minton rolling to the right, has the edge, potentially going to cut it up. He's at the 15, he's to the 10. Minton rolling, rumbling, stumbling almost to the goal line as he is brought down around the Panther or the Southeast Buffalo 1 yard line. Going to be marked at the 2 instead. Minton not only showing some athleticism there, a little bit of meat behind the run. Absolutely working through some hands.
Great vision down the field. His receivers were covered. He saw a running lane. He said, I'm going.
As he steps out, the tradition of whoever makes the play gets to step off. The Panthers, that time the Great Bend quarterback, keeps it for himself. So they bring in Tristan Tomlinson, the 5'10", 130-pound sophomore, getting his first snap at quarterback this year. As the snap is back, it's in the pistol, growing left. Gonna be close to a touchdown on the handoff to running back Josh Burney. Burney also getting some snaps now, as it looks like Holiday gonna step in. Burney advanced it 1 yard closer for Great Bend, so he'll step out. Gonna be interested to see if the Panthers don't go with a full backup of this jumbo package they've been running. Cale Kern is on the field along with Connor Holiday. They're able to run in the backfield, and they are going to come out with the jumbo package. Or correction, that is just their normal pistol. The Tomlinson is still running the quarterback. It's a handoff up the middle as Holiday is able to stumble his way to a touchdown. So the young sophomore also able to score for the Panthers now, as Great Bend leads 54-0 with 48 seconds to go in the third quarter. Great Bend just working away, waiting on the extra point to go up an even 55 points.
Hayden Kelly will hold.
Hayden Kelly in now to hold, as Great Bend waiting for an extra player to work his way onto the field. Looks like one of the offensive linemen on the kick.
I haven't seen this kid hold live, but I've heard his hands are smooth as silk. Let's see what he does.
There you go, and snap back. Looks like the hold was perfect, as the kick is up and good. Panthers managed to get a 55-0 lead over the Wichita Southeast Buffaloes here with under 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Stick around at 104.3 The Point here on Panther Sports. To be 104.3 The Point, your home for Panther football this fall, as Great Bend has a 55-0 lead with under 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Great Bend ready to kick it off back to the Buffaloes after a score from Connor Holiday got the Panthers up by 50, and Panthers get
stop kick.
Panthers get an odd bounce, or really no bounce, as the ball comes to a complete stop right around the Southeast Buffalo's 29-yard line. So Wichita Southeast going to take over in their own territory, trailing a 55-0 with 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Great Bend got a couple of fresh faces. Can't really say a couple of puppies, because that's what Great Bend usually has on the field.
Every one of them is.
But now they do have a very young group. Looks like Cale Kern might be playing some slot corner here, pressed outside a little further than he usually gets. Wichita Southeast going to try to hand up the middle of Slaughter. Slaughter finds a little bit of space. Kern can't. Does able to hold on. Cale Kern, should say, held on with a one hand there as he brought down Slaughter for
That's just
no
determination.
gain.
I'm not letting him get past me. I'm going to go make the play.
Impressive bit of determination, impressive bit of strength from a young Panther player. We'll go ahead and take a timeout as after 3 quarters, the Panthers lead 55-0 against the Southeast Buffaloes.
3-0. 7-6-3-0. Please report to the press box.
This is Julie from the Fieldhouse, and we are a proud supporter of the Great Bend Panthers. Here at the Fieldhouse, we believe that starting youth in athletics build character and leadership skills. So check us out at fieldhousegb.com.
Back to B1043, The Point, your home for Panther sports this fall, as Great Bend leads 55-0 at the start of this fourth quarter. Going to be interested to see if Southeast did agree to the rule clock or the clock rule changes that could potentially see a running clock after a 45-point deficit is achieved here in the fourth quarter. However, Panther fans probably won't mind sticking around to watch as much of this football if it keeps rolling in the Panthers' favor, as Great Bend, or I guess Southeast, comes out with 2 wide receivers to the left, tight end attached on that left side as well, trying to get a screen out to Slaughter on the left side, unable to get that actually not to Slaughter. They moved King Jones into the backfield on the motion. Incomplete pass there though, as
Trey Millsap was out there in good position to make a play on that, even if it was completed. That he did a good job.
And now, as we see the Wichita, we see a flag get thrown, looking like it's going to be in the position of holding. Whitecamp communicating with Coach Beck. You do like to see that. The Panthers appoint captains and all, but still, in matters of a penalty, I like to see the officials come directly to the head coach.
Let's make the guys that actually understand what you're saying make the decisions.
Well, I'll be the first to tell you that Randy Wetzel keeps me well informed on this up here in the booth on all the rules. I'm glad to have him when we can. However, Nate Towns filling in up here with me on the color commentary as it brings up a 3rd and 12 for Wichita Southeast. After the Panthers declined the penalty, was decided the 3rd down with 12 to go was better than having 2nd and what I believe would have been about 2nd and 20 off of a hold. So Panthers coming out against the Southeast, 2 receivers to the left, a tight end attached on that left side too, as they'll get a false start from Torian Kincaid.
Must have thought it was on 1 and it was on 2.
Gotta wonder if the Southeast offense isn't just trying to go on 2, see if they can't get any sort of little
an extra 5 yards here and there. Yeah.
Would have moved it from 3rd and 12 to 3rd and 7 if they had gotten the Panthers to jump. Instead, Southeast gets themselves and moves to 3rd and 17 from their own 22-yard lines. 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Panthers looking like they may bring pressure off that right side. Instead, they blitz it to the inside. Panthers rush 5, trying to get home. Pressure almost there. Fisk is able to dump it out. Believe he had a receiver in the area. That's Jason Guerrero, as he was out of the pocket and trying to just avoid getting sacked by a group of Panthers, believe led by Blaine Ensley that time around. Actually, it was Connor Holiday. So Holiday, we saw him getting some work as the Panther running back, now working in as a defensive end for Great Bend. Impressive bit of work from a young Panther who might be carving himself out a role here if he plays well enough late in this game. Is with just 9 minutes 20 seconds to go in this ball game. Great Bend leading 55-0. Wichita Southeast ready to punt. The snap is back. The punt is up and away. It's a good one this time, as the Panthers, Hayden Kelly won't try to return that one. Southeast gets a favorable balance as they'll nearly flip field position, going from their 18 to the Panther 30-yard line. We'll go ahead and take a timeout as Great Bend leads 55-0 with 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the fourth. Stick around here on B1043 The Point, your home for Panther football. 104 through the point as Panthers on first down have a bit of an issue with the snap. Tristan Tomlinson able to jump up and recover it, however, not able to really do anything with it as it brings up a 2nd and 19 for Great Bend as with 8 minutes to go here in this ball game. The Panthers lead 55-0 on homecoming night against Southeast Buffaloes. Panthers come out running to the right as it's a handoff going to the right to Cale Kern. Kern trunking his way through a defender as he's brought down by 3 Southeast players. Kern, a young freshman, showing a bit of some hard-nosed running there.
Well, I kind of grew up with his dad. I know the type of mentality and person he is, so that doesn't surprise me a bit. Cale's a beast. Trenton's a beast. They've been raised that way.
Seems like the Kern boys would rather run through someone than run around them most of the time. Absolutely. We saw that on the punt block from Trenton earlier, able to turn speed to power there as now in the pistol formation. Panthers going to come out with the run, trying to get it to Cale again. Cale nearly had a backside cut there where he would have had a bit of space. Instead, brought down by Southeast for a gain of about 2. So after working their way back to a second, I believe it was 2nd and 19 now, Panthers have it at 4th and 4 from their own 36-yard line. Does look like they're gonna
kick it away.
Gonna punt it away as Trenton Kern comes out to boot it. Panthers do lead 55-0 with 6.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter as we get Jacob Hall on to long snap.
I forgot. Oh, I'm still the long snapper.
Hall ran on, snapping his helmet on. He thought he was done for the night, but not using the backup long snapper. As the punt just short, Trenton Kern gonna run with it. Kern has a chance. He gets the first down on the bobble snap and goes right over the top of the north or the southeast defender. Didn't stop, didn't hesitate. The snap was high. Kern was able to bobble it. Ended up actually putting the ball on the ground before taking off with it. Able to outspeed the first man before getting the first down and going through a contact on the sideline to pick up the first down for Great Bend.
Basically, like I just said, they're not looking to shy away from contact. Where can I find it?
That's exactly. Kern could have just stepped out there instead. Absolutely. Decides to hit a Southeast defender in the mouth a little bit as the Panthers come out in the pistol. It's going to be a handoff this time. No space in the backfield as it is Holiday. That's not Holiday.
I don't know if they ran a snug on the left side or if they ran a twist or something. Our left side just got collapsed right there. We're right where we were running the football.
Good bit of pressure there for a Panthers O-line to try to deal with. And the Panthers' normal offensive line, not older group. Now they have their second strings in, let some of their junior varsity second string guys get some playing time as the Panthers are rolling out. Tristan Tomlinson doing a good job executing this offense. Had some quality hands-off and able to handle some questionable snaps as the Panthers have come out in the pistol. It's a handoff up the middle. This time,
I think that's one of your biggest fears as a coach when you send the younger kids out there is the snap exchange. If we can get that down, we can run the offense. Our kids know that, but we got to get the exchange down. We got to get the ball in the quarterback's hands.
And obviously, center such a tough spot to play. Not only do you have to worry about blocking, generally a guy who's right in front of you. If you're playing one of the other positions, you might have a shade. A lot of times as nose tackle, you're going to have a guy either head up on you or just barely shaded off.
Gap. Absolutely.
Exactly. So you have to be able to quickly get your hands up, block, and execute a clean snap.
Yes.
It's a lot to ask for a young man. As the Panthers,
and it makes it harder now in today's game with the long snap where you're in a pistol or a shotgun.
Where the Panthers are now. They hand the ball off to Josh Burney on this third down. Burney had it on a 3rd and 16. Still able to gain about half of what the Panthers needed there as he gets 8, maybe 9 yards on the play. Actually going to be marked a little shorter of what I thought. So it is going to have
He got past the
45. He got past the 45. They're going to mark him just short at the southeast 46. So Great Bend going to have a 4th and 8. And believe Great Bend's going to go for it as with just 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go, Great Bend does lead 55-0 not really maybe trying to get more points on the board here, just
but you're
trying to
on
let
the plus
young
side of the
guys-
field. Let's give the young guys a chance to play.
Exactly, and in that plus side of the field, like I said, they hand it off. It's going up the middle. Had a chance on that one as it was handed off to Josh Burney. Burney made a man miss early before being brought down by a group of the Southeast Buffaloes. We'll go ahead and take our last break of the game. Stick around right here with us on B104.3 The Point, your home for Panther football. .3 The Point, your home for Panther football, as with 2 minutes remaining in the ball game, Great Bend leads the Wichita Southeast Buffaloes 55-0 on their first play from scrimmage here. On this drive, Southeast was able to get a big first down off the left side. They come out now, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right as they motion King to that right side. It's going to be a handoff to Slaughter. 2 Panther defenders there in the backfield, as that is not Slaughter. That'll be the backup running back for Southeast, as that is Dimitri Evans on the carry for the Buffaloes, as the clock drops to just a minute and a half. Great Bend coming off of a tough loss to Bueller. This is a heck of a way to get that bad taste out of your mouth.
Absolutely, and I think that's what you're looking for when you schedule this game for homecoming. You're looking at, no matter where we're at, this is just a boost to where we are at, and this is the perfect comeback.
As Southeast comes out, trips to the right, 1 lone receiver to the left. Snap is back. It's going to be a throw quickly out to the flat off the hands of Evans that time. So the clock goes below 1 minute, as we do have the clock runoff rules in effect here in this fourth quarter. Has made it breeze by. So now Great Bend leading 55-0, 40 seconds to go in the ball game. Southeast facing a 3rd and 14 from their own 45, or from the Panther 45-yard line, excuse me, as now 2 wide receivers to the right, a tight end and a wide receiver to the left. Running back lined up directly behind the quarterback. Southeast dropping back to pass, gets it out left, as the Evans taking it to the left side up. Correction, it's Guerrero for Southeast, as he'll move it not quite good enough for a first down, as with just 10 seconds left. Clock is gonna run off. Panthers picking up a 55-0 victory here on homecoming. Moves Great Bend to 2-2 on the year, as the Panthers celebrate as the clock hits 0. Stick around for the post-game show, as we'll have a recap here with me, Clark, and color commentator Dave Towns on B104 The Point, your home for Panther football.
The people who care at Bugles Dyke Chiropractic understand that if you can't move very well, you can't function at your best. Maybe it's time to see Dr. B at Bugles Dyke Chiropractic, 1309 Williams, Great Bend, and now at 203 East 3rd Avenue, St. John.
Pizza Hut's personal pan pizzas at the Panthers concession stand. Beef, cheese, or pepperoni. Or stop by any of their 2 locations in Great Bend after the game. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Welcome back into B1043 The Point, your home for Panther Sports, where we are wrapping up the Great Bend homecoming game as the Panthers were able to beat the Southeast Buffaloes of 55-0. Great Bend had a 41-0 lead at half and built on that with 2 touchdown scores in the second half, primarily using players who might not get the most time in varsity, your second-string players. Would like to remind you that tonight's post-game show is brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where relationships matter. So coming off of a 55-0 win, Coach Towns, I'm sure you've had some pretty good wins in your day. How's that feel for a team, especially coming off of the loss like they had last week?
Well, like we were saying before the break, I mean, I think this is the way that you want homecoming to go no matter what, but especially after the tough first part of the schedule that you've had so far to this year, playing a good MAC team, beating them, playing a real tight game with Hayes, and, you know, losing a game that you thought you were 50-50 in, and you lost by 1 point, and then maybe you don't play as well as you thought you should against Bueller and lose a game, and then you get to come home, do this in front of your hometown crowd, and kind of reignite the fires for the rest of the season. So I think this is going to be a good lift for the boys going forward, and hopefully we carry that momentum into next week.
And I like what you say about the Panthers kind of being able to use this in contrast as their previous couple games. Obviously, last game against Bueller, sloppy, not what the Panthers were wanting to see. The game before that, the close one against Hayes, a bitter